Tonight, Coach Riles to the rescue. The Parramatta Eels boss helps save a young woman from a burning car. A miracle among the rubble, a baby found alive in Venezuela's earthquake nightmare. Rescuers racing the clock to find more survivors. An Australian man arrested in Thailand accused of killing a teenager and dumping her remains in a suitcase. The dramatic end to a Caringbah police chase, a ute on its side and a driver trapped. Tangled and heading the wrong way, a whale-watching tour comes to the aid of a stranded humpback. And the Socceroos to face Egypt in a knockout clash after a World Cup thriller.
Live from Sydney, this is 7 News with Hugh Whitfeld.
Good evening. Parramatta Eels coach Jason Riles has been caught up in a dramatic roadside rescue south of Sydney. He was heading home after a loss to the Rabbitohs when he came across a car on its side. Racing to help, he and two others saved a woman trapped inside as the vehicle burst into flames.
Reaching into a burning car, risking their lives to save hers, a 26-year-old woman trapped just moments from death.
She was like, I can't get out, but we just were begging her to come out.
An off-duty nurse woken by the car flipping at Mount Ousley runs to help, along with a passing driver and Parramatta Eels coach Jason Riles heading home after the Rabbitohs' defeat on Thursday night.
There's a human still in the car, obviously in a lot of danger, and we don't know what can happen.
But what did happen?
If this guy hadn't come around the corner, this girl would not have survived. He grabs his drink bottle and I've genuinely never seen anything like it. It was like watching superhuman strength.
The Eels coach leans in and drags the woman to safety.
Change his perspective obviously on going home Thursday night from a bad performance. Instantly sees the burning car and quickly thinks, hey, I'm going to help this person out.
While the driver of the car wasn't physically hurt, she's still very traumatised by the ordeal. Her family says she's keen to thank everyone who saved her life. Witnesses hailing the bravery of everyone involved.
The young daughter, they've got burnt her feet with all the plastic that was like melting on the road. Pretty good. Hats off to them.
Clementine Cuneo, 7 News.
Miracle stories of survival are emerging in Venezuela, where rescuers are racing the clock to save those trapped in the earthquake rubble. One of the survivors, a baby, triggering tears of joy as locals hold out hope more of their loved ones will be found alive.
Out of the rubble in a pink blanket, a newborn baby found alive back in Dad's arms. Here, a boy is rescued from another collapsed building and then his parents. Freed from the shaken earth, they are the survivors.
Señora, ¿cómo es su nombre? Francisca González.
Rescued from what was a 6-storey building. One of so many toppled, flattened in the devastating double quake. When passengers on this plane were shaken violently by the tremors still on the ground, people at this busy shopping centre were suddenly fleeing for the exit for their lives. From satellites, the scene before and after reveals whole neighbourhoods wiped out. Now echoing with the anguish of those searching for loved ones. Oriana looking for her father. They need heavy equipment, but there is barely any. In this country so weakened by corruption, depression, left so unprepared for this disaster, rescuers, when they do arrive, left dwarfed by its sheer scale. Venezuelans are left to turn to each other. I am looking for my mother and my little brother, he says. The only thing I know is that they were in the apartment. The official death toll, almost 1,000 and rising. Hospitals overwhelmed by the more than 3,000 injured, many damaged, without running water. Courtyards are now wards. While tens of thousands of homeless sleep wherever they can, left anxious by some 300 aftershocks. Nations around the globe have been responding, flying in aid, equipment with specialist rescue teams. Silencio! Here calling for silence as they listen for life, using sniffer dogs, drones, thermal cameras. For Venezuelans here in Australia, home has never felt so far away.
We're still looking for some family members. I haven't been able to sleep properly. My heart right now is like going crazy.
I speak for some friend. I send a message. Say, please, if you see him, let me know. Hey, call. I need to know that you're safe.
Today in Sydney, coming together to raise money for the victims, knowing Venezuelans need all the help the world can give. Paul Karak, 7 News.
To some developing news tonight, an Australian man is at the centre of a murder investigation in Thailand after being arrested over the grisly death of a 17-year-old girl. Live to Geordie Wright. Geordie, Thai authorities stopped him as he was trying to leave the country.
Hugh, the 46-year-old was arrested trying to board a plane at Bangkok's main international airport. He's accused of murdering a 17-year-old girl, and the details are distressing. The two were seen getting into an elevator together at the man's beachside hotel in Pattaya, about 2 hours south of Bangkok. Hours later, he was seen leaving the same building, pulling a heavy suitcase. Police say there were signs of a struggle in the man's hotel room, and they'll allege the girl's naked body was taken away in that suitcase and dumped. Her remains have since been recovered. The suspect was filmed being interviewed by police and quizzed about the scratches on his neck and arms. He was asked why he killed the girl.
Why you kill her?
Okay.
You kill her, right?
No, not her.
No?
I feel bad for what happened to your daughter. It was out of my control. I hope you, I know you'll be very sad, upset, same me.
It's still very early days in the investigation, Hugh, but if convicted, he could be facing either life behind bars or the death penalty.
Geordie Wright, thank you. An alleged attempt to evade police has ended in a spectacular crash in Sydney South overnight. The fleeing ute flipped at Caringbah, leaving the driver in need of rescuing.
An escape from police turned on its head. On the Kingsway in Caringbah at 1:30 last night, a Ford Ranger flips, leaving a driver trapped and unconscious.
And it just did this big crash, and that's when I came bolting out. Came down and had a look, and then the car was just sideways.
The chase began minutes earlier on the same road, police attempting to pull over the ute after it was seen driving erratically. But it's alleged the 24-year-old behind the wheel sped off, tearing down the street with a 23-year-old passenger, then losing control on the wet road.
It was literally on top of the medium strip. I was like, what the heck happened?
Firefighters had to cut through the roof to get the driver out, transported to St George Hospital. His passenger treated at the scene, but okay. Both men were lucky to escape severe injuries. The driver is in hospital in a stable condition, but under close police guard. Officers are yet to lay any charges, but for the man behind the wheel, it's hoped this close call may just prove a turning point. Nick Overall, 7 News.
Tensions have escalated again in the Middle East. American warplanes struck targets near the Strait of Hormuz in response to an attack by Iran on a Singapore-flagged cargo ship that was passing through the waterway. The US military hitting drone storage facilities and radar sites after Donald Trump said the ceasefire had been broken.
I don't like the fact that they took a shot yesterday, actually 4. We knocked down 3. Not an Allied ship, but a ship, a very expensive ship.
It's been just a week since the Memorandum of Understanding for Peace was signed. There's a crackdown coming on supermarket price gouging, with new laws to take effect from July 1. But as the Albanese government tries to push its cost of living agenda, the opposition says it's only a band-aid solution for spiralling inflation.
Bringing the hammer down on Coles and Woolies.
There should be more of it, and the watchdog should be doing its job.
It would be great to keep an eye on their prices.
If you're engaging in excessive pricing, then the ACCC will be empowered to come after you.
A report by the consumer watchdog found Coles and Woolworths hold 2/3 of supermarket grocery sales nationally. Now a breach of new laws could see the big two handed big penalties, up to $10 million, 3 times the profit from the offence, or 10% of the company's turnover, whichever is greater. But as for what constitutes a breach,
well, that'll be a matter for the ACCC.
In practice, legal experts say that will make breaches difficult to apply.
No, in isolation, it's not going to be a silver bullet. And in fairness, at the time of its development, when Treasury put out a consultation paper, it was recognised that the law is going to be difficult to enforce.
The new financial year will also see almost 3 million Australians linked to the minimum wage pocket a pay boost. But in reality, that could soon be a pay cut.
The reason Australians are paying higher prices in their red basket or trolley is because the government keeps stoking inflation and making it harder for Australians to get ahead.
A new financial year with old problems. Jasmine Turlings, 7 News.
The state government is facing fresh questions over its plan to allow people to drive with medicinal cannabis in their system. Live to Nick Overall. Nick, there are concerns drivers are misusing the medication.
That's right, Hugh. New government research, which hasn't been publicly released yet, has come to light. Some details revealed today showing that out of 5,000 drivers using medicinal cannabis, 54% were taking more than their prescribed dose. Now, 80% were told by their doctors not to drive after using the prescribed drug, but 45% of those still got behind the wheel within 6 hours of taking it. Nearly 40% of those with a prescription were also found to use illegal cannabis. It's prompted the NRMA to call for the government to reconsider its laws.
I expect that evidence to form the basis for the debate as we head towards this bill moving through the Parliament.
Now the government is looking to introduce a 3-strike system, giving 2 warnings for people found over the cannabis limit. The NRMA wants that plan changed, calling for more roadside drug testing. Hugh.
OK, Nick Overall, thank you. A 4th case of the H5 bird flu in Australia has been confirmed. A migratory seabird is the 3rd confirmed case found near Esperance in WA. A 4th has returned an initial positive result and is undergoing further testing. Another confirmed case was found in South Australia. The Department of Agriculture says there is no evidence the deadly strain has spread to local birds and the risk to humans remains low. A whale-watching tour got more than it bargained for today, becoming involved in the rescue of a tangled humpback. They found the whale in distress off Bronte and called in the experts who are still working tonight to free it.
2.5 nautical miles off Bronte Beach, a 40-tonne whale is trapped. A sub-adult humpback spotted by a whale-watching tour around 12:30 today. Its fins and tail caught in what looks like fishing trapline. Not much the average bystander could do.
Every time it came up to the surface, it had a really laboured blow.
That was a job for whale rescuers Orca and the Parks and Wildlife team.
You could hear the pain in every one of its breaths. It was really struggling.
Tracking the whale as it headed south, the opposite direction to its natural migration route. The last update, it had travelled 6 kilometres offshore.
They are specialists and very, very professional at what they do. So our best wishes are with them today with this tricky situation.
But this is the 8th time this month a whale has been trapped in waters off Sydney. Sadly, something we could see more of until early November as the whale migration season continues.
Whales, much like people, can be very curious creatures.
Rex Quayle, 7 News.
It's official, the Socceroos will face Egypt in the knockout stage of the World Cup for a place in the round of 16. Tom Saker joins us. And Tom, the Socceroos will be pleased with that result.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse, Hugh. Good evening. Happy they avoided a matchup with the world's 10th ranked Belgium. The European powerhouse leapfrogged Egypt into top spot after a wild finish to Group G today. It means the Socceroos will face the African heavyweights in Dallas next Saturday morning in a boost to their hopes of a first knockout stage win. Returning to base in Oakland, California, fresh off Australia's second consecutive World Cup knockout qualification. Our fearless goalkeeper learning St Kilda Beach has changed its name temporarily to Patrick Beach.
That's very much appreciated. I think it's pretty funny as well.
Then attention turned to who's next.
Obviously now it's game by game, it's knockout football, it's a lot different to what it was.
Over 2 dramatic World Cup hours, every goal, every miss counting towards Australia's fate. Then Jacob Italiano returned home.
We can achieve something special.
Tom Saker, 7 News.
Time to check the weather now with Angelique Opie and Angel. Some on and off showers today.
Hugh, good evening. An overcast start to the weekend. At moments, the grey clouds were rain-bearing, but they also at times cleared, making room for the sun. A significant band of showers swept over drizzle. Onshore winds are delivering the coastal rain, some dry and very cool conditions to start in other parts of the state. A clear -7 at Thredbo, 0 degrees at Goulburn, much warmer than average, 21 degrees the top at Wilcannia. Sydney has a few spring-like temperatures ahead. I'll have all those details in your 7-day forecast later on.
See you then, Angel. Thank you. Swimmers back in the water. Coming up next, beaches reopened despite another shark sighting off Bondi. New body cam video exposes the extent of a killer's lies. Tensions in the UK simmering. A small plane smashes into one of the tallest buildings in the world. The new free tool for parents to help prevent allergies in children. And Neil the Seal at it again, how the local celebrity is causing chaos this time. The sharks were out off Bondi again today, but the beach remained open. A drone operator spotted a suspected bull shark lurking not far from the sand this morning. It's the 5th day in a row a shark has been sighted, but this time swimmers weren't pulled from the water. His death in handcuffs sparked a wave of anger across Britain. Police didn't believe 18-year-old Henry Novak was stabbed after his murderer lied, claiming he was the victim of a racial attack. Tonight, new video has exposed the extent of those lies and reignited the immigration debate just as the UK prepares for a new Prime Minister.
Defended by his dad.
It's my son that's just been assaulted.
New video shows the extensive lies told by convicted murderer Vikram Digwa, claiming he's the victim of a racist attack as Henry Novak lies dying.
Pushed my turban off my head, started grabbing my uncle's hair, so I'm a seat. And he started grabbing my hair, started dragging me around.
Tonight, British police are under fire, criticised for not handcuffing Digwa, restraining Henry Novak instead.
You've been stabbed. You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? Don't think you have, mate.
Police took 8 minutes to find the British student had been stabbed.
I'm arresting you on suspicion of attempt murder. You've got your side of the story, mate. We don't know what's going on here.
Right-wing commentators up in arms.
British policing is in crisis. The College of Policing, with their race action plans that are racist against white people.
Britain's new Prime Minister will face an uphill battle easing racial tensions as Nigel Farage does his bit to keep the immigration debate alive.
We are treating different groups of 18-year-olds in entirely different ways according to their ethnic origin. This is wrong.
In London, Isabel Mullen, 7 News.
Europe remains in the grip of a relentless heatwave, with Germany hitting a record high of 41.3 degrees. The heat causing the cancellation of concerts and sporting competitions. Just over the border, France has reported at least 55 drownings as health authorities warn the toll could continue to rise. Meanwhile, the UK has also recorded its hottest June day on record for the 3rd day in a row, with temperatures climbing above 37 degrees. A small plane has slammed into Beijing's tallest skyscraper. Vision shows the aftermath of the light aircraft smashing into the 108-storey tower, shattering windows and scattering debris onto busy streets. It's not yet known if anyone was inside the plane, and the cause of the crash is still unclear. Tasmania's favourite troublemaker is back. Neil the Seal, once again causing chaos on land. The social media star has been spotted wandering onto a busy road and bringing traffic to a standstill, forcing wildlife officers to move him on. His recent appearances have sparked debate over the methods used to relocate him. Weighing close to a tonne, Authorities warn Neil can move surprisingly fast and become dangerous if approached. Stay with us. Plenty still to come on 7 News tonight. Next, is this the end of the scam text? The new rules to protect Australians. Aussies snapping up cheaper flights to Europe as travel warnings ease. Defence in the spotlight, the push for a total rethink of military spending. Mid-highway explosions see the moment a car erupts, sparking a bushfire. Sydney's changing landscape, the new look homes that could transform our west.
And ahead in sport, he sent a message to the Blues and crippled the Premiers. Sam Walker can do no wrong.
There's hope scam text messages could soon be a pest of the past, with new anti-scam laws being introduced next week. But some say they don't go far enough to tackle the growing threat of AI.
My parents lost around $400,000.
A bank account drained, a family fortune stolen by text message.
That was their life savings, as well as the selling of the family home.
Scammers posing as HSBC fraud detectors infiltrated a genuine bank message thread. Jacques' parents among hundreds of customers tricked.
They are blamed, shamed, humiliated and put through the ringer, told they're lucky if they'll get 10, maybe 20% reimbursement.
Criminals ruthlessly prey on the public via their phones, stealing millions by posing as telcos, retailers, logistics companies, government entities and banks. Finally, new laws to stop them.
It's too little too late.
If a business wants to use a text message using a brand name, what they'll have to do is they'll have to register that brand name.
Big business across the changes. Small traders and professionals may not be.
Messages from your doctor, messages from the school.
27,000 Australian businesses have registered so far, with another 12,000 in the process. Companies can sign up after July 1, and those that don't risk their text messages being flagged as unverified.
Our new scam prevention framework laws don't even cover email, let alone the threats that AI is now posing with scammers.
Some has been compensated to my parents, but not nearly enough.
Jackie Quist, 7 News.
New South Wales tourism has reached new heights, with a record 129 million visitors pumping almost $62 billion into the state's economy over the past year. International tourists splashed a record $15.2 billion, with Chinese travellers the largest spenders, injecting more than $5.3 billion alone. The Min's government has faced criticism this week after cutting tourism funding in the state budget. Flights through the Middle East are taking off again after the Australian government eased its travel warning for the region. Aussies are rushing to snap up cheaper airfares to Europe. New figures show bookings with Qatar Airways, Emirates and Etihad have jumped 36%. It follows months of cancellations during the Iran conflict. Australia's military spending plans are tonight being likened to tipping water through a sieve. Green Senator David Shoebridge has told 7 News Australia needs a total rethink of what's required to defend the country, despite widespread support for the AUKUS deal.
In an area that can burn government budgets like few others, Senator David Shoebridge is unique, a defence spokesperson who reckons we spend too much on defence.
There'll never be enough money. It's like pouring water into a sieve.
In mid-April, Minister Richard Marles released a new national defence strategy claiming to add $53 billion to defence spending over the next decade. That's not enough, says the opposition, including in this new ad.
We'll lift defence spending to at least 3% of GDP.
In an interview for 7 News podcast The Issue, Senator Shoebridge slams the military spending race.
It's like pouring water into a sieve. We should be rethinking the platforms we need, the defence structure we need to be defending Australia.
The standout project in defence spending, an estimated $368 billion across 30 years to lift Australia into the small club of countries operating nuclear-powered submarines.
I also believe in AUKUS, and that needs to happen. We need to have that agreement with our allies.
The Defence Minister recently learning all 3 subs earmarked from the US will have been in service there before the 2030s handovers.
The Virginia-class submarines that we are acquiring will all be of the same type. And I cannot overstate the significance of that.
The Greens argue our old reliance on the United States is now amplified by AUKUS.
Utter, complete dependence. Do we really want to go to war on the whim of Donald Trump or son of Donald Trump or whoever the hell is the president?
In fact, Greens policy goes well beyond simple arm's length from Washington. For example, it suggests ordering the Americans out of Central Australian surveillance and intelligence base Pine Gap.
Yeah, I mean, I think giving notice on the lease. Like, no one likes to get notice on their lease. I think this is a universal human experience.
Tim Lester, 7 News.
And for Tim Lester's full interview with David Shoebridge, watch The Issue on 7+, download Listener or wherever you get your podcast. A car explosion has sparked a fast-moving wildfire in the US state of Arizona. Thick black smoke poured from the vehicle as it stopped in the middle of a major highway before it erupted.
Oh my God.
The blaze quickly tore through surrounding bush, burning around 12 hectares before water-bombing aircraft gained control. It was a passenger plane close call. Next, a dangerous flyby stunt sparks an official investigation. Back to bricks, the new blueprint for homes on the city's edge. Free fun for families this winter, where to take the kids as temperatures drop.
And soon in sport, the Aussie star given the supposed honour of playing the GOAT of tennis in her Wimbledon comeback.
There is fun to be had for Sydney families this winter school holidays. The state government unveiling a range of low-cost and free activities, including animation workshops, films and junior park ranger programs. There are also events at some of Sydney's landmark buildings like the Art Gallery, Museum and Sydney Opera House.
It can be a nightmare scenario in winter with kids locked in the house, expensive options all around, and the cultural institutions offering a real lifeline here.
For many students, the school holidays will start next weekend. A new vision has been unveiled by leading Australian architects for new brick-built suburbs. The materials that last for more than a century could help supercharge Sydney housing supply while also providing different styles and character.
In the newest suburbs of Sydney, a very similar feel. Oran Park in the southwest is a booming residential hub, but what if it looked like this?
What we're putting on the edges of our cities needs to be looked at carefully before it just keeps going, not just one single lot size.
This architectural design called Our Next Neighbourhood features double-storey duplexes and terraces to maximise space.
It's a good model to look at for mass housing where lot sizes have got smaller. We need to look at these houses differently in order to make them still functional, attractive communities where we want to be.
And that comes with the humble brick. Different colours, shapes and designs that don't lose their touch.
They last forever. From our perspective, the most sustainable house we can build is literally the one that never ever needs to be rebuilt.
But with a higher upfront cost.
Where bricks really come into their own is they provide long-term benefits around things like energy efficiency.
As New South Wales looks for ways to build more stock, the challenge is not just quantity, it's also about creating homes with character that feel familiar.
Bricks have been around for over 100 years and bricks have both a heritage feel but also a very modern feel.
The material plays a role in the state government's housing pattern book as well. 21 applications have been approved, 6 are under construction, even more are currently assessed.
As people see these new homes, there'll be even greater interest in them and we'll see more of them coming to our streets and suburbs.
Angelique Opie, 7 News.
A risky passenger plane stunt is now being investigated by America's Aviation Authority. The Boeing 777 jet passed low over the Texas runway, its wingtip just metres off the ground. The plane was on a test flight before being handed over to Qatar Airways to be part of the airline's cargo fleet. Life-saving help for new parents. Still to come, the free tool to prevent allergies in children. Experts warning not to wait to introduce new foods. And from a bear standoff to a windscreen smashing elephant, nature goes wild. Don't miss those stories soon on 7 News. But first, Tom is back with sport, and Tom, royalties paid Rugby League a visit.
Yeah, big night for the Cowboys, Hugh. Hello again. The Tongan royal family has travelled to North Queensland to pay tribute to one of their greats. Coming up, Prince Taumalolo of Townsville notches Game 300, but Penrith hasn't rolled out the red carpet as both sides bring back the biff. And there's another African nation that just keeps going. Royalty is attending tonight's game in Townsville to honour a Cowboy great's major milestone against the Panthers. Tonga's royal family is in town for Game 300 for North Queensland and Tongan captain Jason Taumalolo. From kick-off, the game's first hit up by Moses Leota was met by a pumped-up posse.
Penrith now, there's McKaylee and Leota getting into it. But that is an extraordinary start.
The teams traded ties. Tom Jenkins scoring his 21st for the season, sent to the sin bin for foul play, a bloodied Liam Henry. Jack Cogger's cross-field kick getting Jenkins his second to make it 10-all at half-time. A huge blow to the Dolphins making their first finals appearance. A dislocated wrist for gun half Isaiah Katoa soured a thrilling 2-point win over the Warriors. Maroons winger Selwyn Cobbo levelled it at 24 all in the final minutes with his second try.
Selwyn Cobbo, who winds up. Oh, Selwyn Cobbo delivers for the Dolphins.
Jermaine Izako iced the conversion to snatch the 2-point win. The Finns' 6th straight victory of 4 points or less. Sam Walker sent an ominous warning to the Blues ahead of the Origin decider, putting the Roosters' premiership hopes on track last night. The Bulldogs are back in finals contention after beating the Titans. The Tricolours' 24-18 win over the Broncos all but ends their premiership defence.
In form and crowing. The third-place Roosters, real deal contenders.
Yeah, we are. I feel like we're in a good enough spot and there's improvement left in the ladder and on our style of footy.
Queensland chook Sam Walker.
Full throttle.
Fined for a shoulder charge, 4 goals and a try last night, tallying 12 points. Origin 2's player of the match, now 100 NRL games, 3 in 9 days. The number 7, his toughest critic.
First time backing up, wasn't up to my standard, and I thought I've sort of bounced back pretty well since then.
Maroon centre Rob Toyer escaped a dangerous tackle charge. Queensland enforcer Lindsay Collins.
Disneyland there, it seemed.
A careless tackle fine plus concussion, but bound to be named by the Maroons Monday.
I don't think there was much in that, to be honest.
Beaten 24-18, the Broncos brave, but now needing 8 wins from 9 games to save their season.
As you said there, it's doable. So why not?
A milestone made for Bulldogs favourite Max King against Gold Coast.
In game 150, Max King! Look at the Dogs, boys, get around him!
Delighting his cool-as coach.
Yeah, it'll be one night in the scrapbook that I'll remember for a while.
Stephen Crichton, 3 try assists in his second game at 5'8".
Got to give credit, especially to our starting middles, especially Maxi.
Dogs 30, Titans 12. Andrew McKinlay, 7 News.
The Giants' nightmare run shows no signs of easing after losing 2 more players in last night's 14-point loss to the Hawks. Brent Daniels injured his calf, while young forward Max Grzuski's season could be over with a dislocated kneecap.
I think he might have had one 4 years ago, same sort of thing from what I'm told, which he had surgery on. So we'll get that scanned and keep our fingers crossed.
Sitting 14th on the ladder with 13 senior players on the injury list, the Giants' finals hopes are slipping away. The Socceroos have a date with Liverpool legend Mo Salah's Egypt in the knockout stage after a day of high drama at the World Cup. The Aussies' opponent changed 3 times in 10 minutes as the video referee broke Iranian hearts.
North of the border, it was Belgium sitting in second until a late goal from Romelu Lukaku sealed a 5-1 win over New Zealand, and with that, top of Group G.
And how about that? He's done it again!
An Ousmane Dembele first half hat-trick sent France to the top of Group G. Senegal slamming in 5 goals, 4 coming in the second half. And what a moment for Cabo Verde. Players and fans forced to hang.
Piastri made a fast start of the Austrian Grand Prix, going second fastest in practice at the Red Bull Ring.
Sector 2 on the other hand.
We had some homework to do on my side from Spain, and I felt like we've been able to do a good job of trying to try some things.
Championship leader Kimi Antonelli topped the timesheet. Australian number one Maya Joint says it will be an honour to face Serena Williams after drawing the 23-time Grand Slam champion in the first round at Wimbledon. It will be the 44-year-old's first singles match in almost 4 years as she makes her comeback to professional tennis at the All England Club. Williams received a wildcard entry last week for a tournament she has won 7 times. That's on Tuesday, Hugh. There is so much sport and we can't get enough of it.
Go Maya.
Yeah, go Maya.
Thank you, Tom. Australia has one of the highest rates of food allergies in the world, leaving many parents anxious. Now, experts are urging families not to delay introducing more foods into children's diets with a new tool designed to help prevent allergies before they start.
Lisa knows just how frightening food allergies can be. She can't eat nuts, fish, sesame or eggs. So when it came time for her baby son to start solids, she was terrified.
I was very nervous, obviously, as you can imagine. But after getting that sort of information guidance, I did feel more confident.
It's a common fear. 1 in 10 Australian babies now develop a food allergy. But doctors say delaying foods can actually increase the risk. They recommend introducing common allergy-causing foods from around 4 to 6 months of age.
Once introduced into the diet, it is absolutely critical that you keep in the child's diet and re-expose them to these foods at least once a week.
But keeping track can be overwhelming. Now a new online program developed by the National Allergy Council, soon to be rolled out, will help families record which foods have been introduced, how to prepare them, set reminders and share progress.
It's going to give parents practical information that they need and hopefully help prevent food allergies in babies.
The foods parents worry about most: nuts, especially peanuts, eggs and dairy. But there are easy ways to introduce them. Mix smooth peanut butter with yogurt or water. Cook the egg well, preferably hard-boiled, and small amounts to begin with.
The majority of children will tolerate those foods, even if these foods are perceived as highly allergenic.
Giving parents confidence, one bite at a time. Jennifer Beshwati, 7 News.
A terrifying encounter with a grizzly bear has been caught on camera. A woman was walking her dog in Canada when the predator emerged. Incredibly, she remained calm and resisted the urge to run, shouting at the bear to ward it off. Eventually, it left her and her dog alone. A group on a bus in Sri Lanka had a tense animal encounter of their own. They were stopped by an elephant who wasn't happy. It charged and smashed through the front of the windscreen. The group got away unscathed. Time to check the forecast now with Angelique Opie. And Angel, Sunday's looking a bit wet.
Hugh, light to moderate rainfall tomorrow. Things clearing by Monday. Temperatures will increase at points too. Details in the forecast next.
A major health investigation. The drugs that can save your life.
This could help many Australians.
Easier access, more affordable.
This is a blockbuster month.
The exclusive report on 7 News Sunday.
Hello again, more of the same drizzly weather for the rest of the weekend, clearer conditions next week. West to southwesterly winds had a bite at times today. 11 this morning felt closer to 7, 14 degrees right now, and that feels almost exactly like that in a light southerly. A classic Sydney winter day, low cloud, light drizzle, 9 to start at Terry Hills and for parts of Western Sydney, tops reaching 17 degrees at Richmond from Parramatta to Camden as well, cooler 15 at Holsworthy, a possible shower this evening. To the satellite image, southern parts of the state are staying dry and settled from a system of high pressure. We're still seeing a humid and cooler air mass across eastern parts of the state, onshore winds driving showers. An unstable air mass has delivered rain inland. A strong trough will cross the state at the start of next week. Then a cold front will see some showers and storms across much of the central west from about Tuesday. That's system will move east. Around the capitals tomorrow, Darwin 31 degrees, Brisbane a medium chance of rain 21, a possible drizzle in Canberra 2, 17 in Melbourne, Adelaide partly cloudy staying dry, wet over in Perth a top of 19. Zooming into New South Wales, scattered showers across the central and northern coast and adjacent ranges, isolated elsewhere, morning fog in parts a top of 16 degrees at Wollongong, 19 at Newcastle, Coffs Harbour and Byron Bay. Showers around tomorrow in Sydney. Periods of drizzle and not a huge amount of sunshine either. Tops between about 15 to 18 degrees. 16 at Terry Hills and Hornsby. 18 at Wyong, Gosford, Manly and Mascot. A much cooler top of 9 degrees at Katoomba. On coastal waters, east to southeasterly about 10 knots. That is on a southeasterly swell reaching 1.5 metres in the morning. Tomorrow in the city centre, a forecast top of 18, 12 the overnight low, on and off rain, light winds, 17 in the west. Then into Monday and Tuesday, conditions will gradually improve. Still the chance of a passing shower. By the second half of next week, winter eases its grip. Temperatures climb into the low 20s, more sunshine. Forecast top of 23 on Wednesday and Thursday, clear from about Friday. The mild days are not too far away. Hugh?
Going to get through the rain first, Angel, thank you. And that's 7 News for this Saturday. We'll have updates for you throughout the evening. From all the 7 News team, have a great night.